The CAIA was born to address the needs of the Armenian community in terms of its social and cultural needs. As I had been active in the community as a student for many years before the establishment of the center, we learned from the experience of other minority communities in Britain. There were a lot of refugee communities in the 70s, 80s who had arrived from the Middle East, from Iran, Lebanon. And of course, whenever there was a problem in the Middle East, Armenians also to a certain number arrived here as well. For those Armenians, they were not really settled, so they were physically here and they were physically working or studying, but not necessarily actually involved in any way in the society. The center was a response to that changes. As I said, the changes were about accessing their rights as British citizens or as refugees, to help them with their settlement issues, be it on immigration or help them find work.
We provide a wide range of advice and assistance for Armenians in the community, approximately 500 Armenians within the London boroughs, and that's annually. But our advice and assistance extends far outside the London boroughs, across England, also internationally as well. We got a lot of inquiries from Armenians in the diaspora wanting to come to England in search of a better life.
The story of the center of the last 30 years reflects the story of what's been happening to Armenians across the world, in the sense that whatever has happened in the Middle East or in Eastern Europe or in the former Soviet Union has impacted our community here, not hugely, but even the few ripples, that ripple effect which comes to London with people arriving in this country. When we first started in 1987, there was the Armenian earthquake soon afterwards, so for 3 months we stopped our work and we just focused on working with other Armenians in the UK to help with that problem. So we utilized whatever links we had locally with Ealing Council, who, for example, provided a school for us where we used as a center to collect a lot of clothes and food to send to Armenia at times. So for 3 months we were involved with that. Later on, when there was obviously the war with Karabakh, we also were involved with that by at least raising awareness to MPs and councillors about what was happening. Because again, that had an effect, not just, as I said, by the stress it was causing the community, but also the fact that potentially there were more refugees going to arrive. We opened our offices in Acton for the first time because we realized there was a large community in West London, in Chiswick and Ealing and so forth. And over the years, by enabling Armenians to access their housing, let's say in Ealing or in Hounslow, we increased the population of the Armenian presence in those boroughs.
If we take, for example, the London borough of Ealing, that contains the highest number of Armenians. This year, our statistics record approximately 248 Armenians benefited from our service. The largest age groups who benefited from our service, that's between the ages of 25 to 44.
We are the first port of call, so we have to deal with the immediate problems that people have in terms of addressing their immediate needs. And over the years, we've helped shape and improve people's quality of life for literally hundreds of people through, helping them with accommodation, advice, helping them access their benefit rights or helping them find work.
When they get their foot in the ladder and when they're able to go about things independently, that's when I can say, well, we did our bit and the rest is over to you now. So if you teach a man how to fish, he'll feed his family for the rest of his life. But if you give a man a fish, he's going to come back again the next day. So you're not really helping him. So, yeah. So it's all about empowerment.
In saying that, we also then organize very targeted activities. So we have youth activities, children activities, elders activities. But at the same time, we've also organized intergenerational activities. Like, for example, when we organize an Easter party, we make sure that the whole family joins in. Or we have ran training events here. We have organized an elders' Christmas party every December for the last 30 years.
My background in education is psychology, and I work at CAIA as a health and care support worker. My role at CAIA is involved mainly with elderly and their carers. We have about over 200 clients. Initially, there is a need of building that trust, and so when I build that trust, then they feel more comfortable to open up and speak about their issues.
2 տարի արդեն սկսել եմ մամայի փոխարեն ես եմ գալի։ Կապենք գալիս ենք, ստեղ զբաղվում ենք, լոտո ենք խաղում, թեյ ենք խմում, էլի չենք անում։ Պիկնիկ ենք երթում։ Պիկնիկ են Պարմիսակը շատ լավ պրոգրամներ ունի, այ ամառվա համար։
Part of the role is involved with encouraging them to come and join the club, join the lunch club, and this obviously reduces the isolation. We encourage them to come and join the events so they wouldn't feel so lonely.
Շաբաթը մեկ անգամ գալիս ենք ստեղ, օթոբուսը բերում են, մեզ հետ է տանում, իհարկե Միսակի օթոբուսը։ Զբաղվում ենք։
Եթե ես էլ չլնի, լրիվ կորցնում ես հայություն։
Բա ինչ պարնում ենք։
Ես Միսակին 38 տարի ճանաչում եմ, Միսակը 0-ից է սկսել Hayashen-ը։ Ինքը միայն քաջություն ուներ, որ կարողանա այս դրության հասնել։
It's all about commitment, it's all about justice, it's about changing the situation from what I found myself and how others found themselves in this country.
It's really nice to have a place to get together. As most of every Armenian, I would say, we like to keep our roots, our tradition. Speak Armenian, living in different country, we still want to keep the language. And it's nice to get together to play with other children. It's also very important to keep up with other parents.
Սկզբից կենտրոնի բացման սկզբից եղել է մանկապարտեզը գործել է, բայց այն տարիներին ավելի ամենօրյա մանկապարտեզ է եղել։ Հիմա մենք շաբաթ ուղղակի 2 օր ենք այստեղ այցելում։
Ես ունեմ 3-ը, այն 2-ն արդեն ավարտել են պարտեզը։ Հիմա էլ մեծ աղջիկս ու տղաս հաճախում են youth club-ը։
Ավելի մի քիչ
մեծերի
10 տարեկանից սկսած երիտասարդական ալբոմ։
Ոտքով, ձախ ոտքով, հետո մեկ դառնալ, հիմա ծափ, լա լա լա։
Այլ աղջիկս 3 տարեկան է, բայց հələ մի տարի էլ կգա, քանի որ սեպտեմբերի ծնունդ է, հələ դա մի տարի էլ կգանք, բայց հետո որ էլ չգա, ես կգամ։
Կար, ասա Լուսի, կարմիր։ Հենց այդ հայկական ոգիով դաստիարակվելու ու հայկական շունչը ամենակարևոր դերն է խաղում։ Հայաշենը միակ հայկական կենտրոնն է ամբողջ Անգլիայում, որ շատ մեծ դեր է խաղում յուրաքանչյուր հայի համար։ Ցանկացած հարցով ամեն մեկը դիմում է Հայաշեն, որը շատ կարևոր դեր է խաղում օտար երկրում։ Նման կենտրոն ունենալը իմ կարծիքով շատ մեծ դերակատարություն ունի։
The centre, as in compared, let's say, with other Armenian organisations, does not exist in a silo. It is not a ghetto organisation. It doesn't just serve its members. Okay, it's outward looking, and therefore we welcome anybody else who shares that outward looking thinking.
My name is Tatevi Gayvazyan. I'm the project coordinator at Center of Armenian Information and Advice, and I'm working on a project called UK Armenians and World War I, funded by Heritage Lottery Fund. We are collecting oral histories, memories, testimonies of the Armenian community during World War I. We conducted a number of oral history interviews, video interviews, audio interviews, desk research. All information will be gathered in a website, which will be linked to British Library's special collection. An important part of the project was the research, desk research, going through books and archives, and it was very natural to start it at our wonderful library, which holds several thousand books, a number of old magazines and archives. It's a reference library. We have both Armenian and English books, also a number of books in other languages, Arabic, Turkish, French, Russian, etc. People are welcome to come and use it anytime. We have lots of rare books. One of the rare books I mentioned is this one, a really beautiful old edition of Zabel Boyajan's works. She was this incredible writer and artist. She made a number of translations of Armenian old legends, and she also illustrated them.
You know, we're not here just for ourselves. We're not a political organisation seeking power. You know, we just represent the people who come here to use the services and contribute to the centre. And if that has a positive impact on the community and Armenians and Armenia in general, that's fine. So we need people to volunteer, we need people to become members. I mean, we've got 400 members who every year pay £15, £20 to sustain it. But I do want to make sure that the centre continues because it plays a very important role as a focal point, first and foremost, for Armenians and also for non-Armenians who want to contact the Armenian community, to learn from them, to find out more about the community. Because they have a stake as well in our success. I mean, the British society is rich because of Armenian presence, just as it's rich because of the presence of other minority ethnic communities. And therefore, it's very important that we keep and maintain our presence socially, politically, culturally, religiously, or whatever way we can. So my kind of wish from now until whenever is to make sure that the center as an institution has the structure in place, has the people in place to continue to play a role in this community, and if it's got the resources, why not further afield as well.